the life. Life is your best teacher, and life is your best doctor. Your very life is your best guru, master. The very life is the process of coming back to your original nature. A process of dissolving. You are being given lessons, and you learn those lessons. In this way you are going back. Actually, this learning of the lessons is simply dissolving. It is simply accepting what is. It is simply taking separate thing and making it whole. Recognizing it as your nature. This is learning. That's something that your life teaches you. And your life always gives you perfect lessons. Because this is your very nature. The lessons that you have already learned, you will be okay with them when living your life. These tests may come, these events may happen, but they will not disturb you, because now you have learned that lesson and you simply move through it. But the lesson that you haven't learned yet, that will be what you call problems in your life. That will be some kind of stop for you to realize the very nature of that lesson, of that problem, whatever, to dissolve it. And your life always moves in a beautiful way. But it is up to you to accept it or not to accept it. Enlightened way of being is surrendering to the very life, because it is becoming the very life. Because your very nature is life. But when you fight against your life, you experience pain and suffering. It is like the natural river of your life that is moving, and suddenly you start fighting with it because of your ego. You want to become, you want to attain, you don't want everything the way it is. You're not able to accept the way it is and be happy with it. You want something more, you want to become. So that beautiful river is flowing, and suddenly you see, no, this shouldn't be so. And you put a barrier in that river, you know, to throw a huge stone there, a barrier so that river cannot flow freely through it. And in this way you stop the natural river of your life. And this is dangerous. Because then the water is still flowing, but here you've put a barrier and the water can't get through. Your very life tries to break that barrier, to break your wrong understanding, your belief systems, your conceptions, wrong attitude, everything that you have imposed on yourself. Your very life tries to break it. But usually you are trying to retain this barrier because you think, wow, this is the way it is, this is the way we have been told it is. I have to do this, and this is what I have to do, this is what is right, even though in your very being you feel that no, this river is always trying to break. Something within you is always happening, something within you is screaming, no, this is not the way. But you have your mindset, you say, this should be the way, and you only strengthen that barrier. And what happens? The waters still flow, so this river begins to flood. With more and more force, it tries to break through. It becomes a dangerous thing. Because one day it will break through. It will destroy all of your barriers. And that will be very painful for you. Such things result as tragedies in your life. Illnesses, diseases, something you very much not like a crash, because you have been not accepting yourself, not accepting that river, not accepting your very nature. So this is why I say that accept the things as they are, accept yourself and accept the life. Don't fight with it, don't use violence, don't try to stop those rivers. Do what you feel inside, not what you're being told to do. When you put a barrier, that river tries to break through. There are waters that seeks to go. Then that river may find some other ways of flowing, but this will not be as natural and as beautiful. This will be actually not in harmony, not balanced, not natural. And if you keep that barrier, then the river will flood, and all of the valleys around will flood. The crops will be ruined. When you're not accepting yourself, when you're fighting with your life, you create imbalances within yourself. Of course you feel miserable. In this way, you become ill. You lose your energy. You are unhappy.